Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Huh? Captain Brunch. Y'all know what time it is, man. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. You don't know who I be. Okay. And if you don't know, you see the bottom right corner or bottom left corner to my bottom right.
Knicks Rehab.
Come on, big dog. Come on, big dog. There's a new big dog on campus. There's a new big dog on campus. Stop playing with the boy. Stop playing with the boy. Lots to talk about. Little bochinche to get into. You know how we do. You know how we do, Larry. Curb Your Enthusiasm, one of my favorite shows ever. Ever. Seinfeld. Seinfeld, creator himself. You know how we do, Larry. If you don't know what that's from in that episode, then you don't know nothing. Crazy Eyes Killer, you kidding me? You know how we do's it. Big Knicks, Big Brunson, El Capitan. Add that to his resume. Huh? Salute, just Knicks. El Capitan. El Capitan. See, they say it in English like El Capitan. No, El Capitan of La Cosa Rosa. Leon Rose family and them. Jalen Brunson is named the 36th, blah, 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 blah. Jalen Brunson is named the 36th captain in franchise history for the Nueva York Knicks. Nueva York. The New York Knicks announced today that the team has named Jalen Brunson the 36th captain in franchise history. The New York Knicks have a deep and storied history today. We are immensely proud to add that lineage by naming Jalen Brunson as our captain, said President Leon Rose, who came out of the Batcave to announce this one. Jalen is a natural-born leader, and I'm confident he will continue to represent our organization, fans, city, and his teammates with the same heart, grit, and class that he has displayed each and every day since he came to New York. Man, he becomes the 18th guard in the team history to be named captain. He's just the 4th second-round pick to receive the honor. Brunson is the first captain since Lance Thomas. Wow. Lance Thomas. My bad, Lance Thomas. I'm mistaking you for Lou Almondson the other day.
Oh, ball suckers.
You able to hear that, old ball?
What'd you say? Oh, ball suckers. Yo.
Oh, you still can't hear the drop?
Nah.
Yo, StreamYard, stop playing with me, man. I'm gonna send you something in the DM, StreamYard. I'm playing the drop though, so I'm gonna let you know if Flea jumps on. If you don't see him, that way you know I'll play the drop if you can't hear it or whatever. Back to business.
All good.
I didn't know. I thought Randall was the captain, but the last captain we had was Lance Thomas in 2018, 2019. Jalen Brunson, excuse me, is the 4th second-round pick to receive the honor. Wow. You know his accolades. 2024 NBA All-Star. He averaged 28, damn near 29 a game, 48% from the field, 40% from three. Yo, man, stop comparing these people to Brunson, by the way. They're not shooting 40% from three and 48% from the field. Representing for the little man out there. Yeah, Big Brunson. The captain. The captain. Let's just read some playoff accolades real quick. You know, when they were comparing him to Mike and all that. You know, not Michael Knight, not the Knight Rider. Michael Jordan. Brunson led the Knicks to the second round for the second consecutive year, posting 32 points a game, 7.5 assists, and 3.3 rebounds. Over 39.8 minutes a game in 13 games in the playoff. Brunson became the first player in NBA history to record 40-plus points and at least 5 assists in 4 consecutive playoff games. Hey, Fabian, I thought Brunson don't pass the ball. Whatever. He also scored 47 points against the 76ers, which surpassed Bernard King for the most points scored in a playoff game in Knicks history. I even forgot about that. You know, this guy's setting so many records. Like, this is the last one for me. His 210 points over a 5-game span in the playoffs were the most since Miguel Jordan in 1993. There's so many comparisons to 1993, by the way. The 93 Knicks, we broke their record in January. There's a bunch of stuff, man. Oh, Bull, how you feeling, my brother? I love the lighting in the background. Jesus Christ. Ooh.
Listen, man.
I love it.
Feeling good. Shout out. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Shout
going
out
in and out. Oh, now you're back. Now you're back. Now you're moving and everything. Let's go.
Shout out Jalen Brunson. I'm the biggest Jalen Brunson fan. I've been consistent all year. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody told me I was crazy. What have I been telling y'all? Jalen Brunson is the best player and the best leader in the NBA last season. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. Jalen Brunson is the best leader in pro sports right now, especially basketball. What he did last season with that team, with all the injuries, with a whole – see, they give Miami Heat and spawning them all these props for having second-round guys and guys that's undrafted. Look what Jalen Brunson did with guys that typically or normally would come off the bench. So with bench players, 2 seed, 50 wins, second round, game 7, average, I think, 28 in the regular season. In the playoffs, average 35. Come on, man. And the way he conducts himself on the court and off the court is like no other. No big social media, not about the spotlight, about basketball. What Jalen Brunson does for the city of New York, he gives us hope. Listen, man, I'm trying to figure out, when we say a person is the best player in the league, what's the categories for it? Because nobody did what Jalen Brunson did last season. So for him to be the captain, listen, man, salute El Capitan, Jalen Brunson. Well deserved. Well deserved. You know, maybe another topic we'll do another day. You know, I honestly wonder how Julius Randle feels about this.
Oh, no, boy. That's going to be the third. I will learn to include that. You cannot run from that. That's the bochinche cup of tea. Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. There is a big flea.
Big flea. Never the little one.
He's in the building.
My brothers, what's up, fellas?
Flea, what's good, Flea?
OG, what up, baby?
Oh, man,
Ray.
quiet. How's everything with you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm off screen today. I ain't gonna be too. I ain't gonna be here too long.
Good. Long as you hear your voice, you good.
My brothers. Ray. What up, baby?
Colin.
Don't do that.
What's going on?
Don't do that. do that.
Hey,
Listen,
Don't do that.
I didn't
Why you
go.
did that?
I didn't go. I didn't.
Why you did that?
Ray.
Why you did that? Why you
Thanks for
did that?
calling me king. Oh, hey, ceasefire. There's a ceasefire. I don't know if you can see the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a ceasefire because there's a new
Big
captain
Captain
in New
energy.
York.
Big Captain energy. Yes,
Talk
sir.
about it, Flea. You said you only got a couple minutes. We got to hear what Big Flea got to say because I did want to jump into what AllBall wanted to say, and specifically, yo ass. I wanted to ask you about this, man. We'll get to that in a second. Please react to the new captain in New York, the first captain of the Knicks since Lance Thomas, 2018.
First of all, Lance Thomas, go to hell. I'm still waiting for my tickets to UNC versus Duke. I'll tell y'all that story at another time. But anyway,
hold on, Flea. Hold on. I always back my brothers up. Lance Thomas, go to hell until you give my brother Flea his goddamn tickets. Go ahead,
That's a fact. That's a fact, yo. I'll tell y'all that story at another time. But this is inevitable, right? I think we all love this. I think the leader of the pack got to be OG. He's been calling Jalen Brunson a superstar for the last 6 years. I'm joking, but you know what I'm saying? He's anointed Jalen Brunson a superstar before we even ever did that. So I think this is major. This is major. We got our guy. We got our point guard. We look around at all these other teams, right? They all have leading point guards. They all have guys that have the ball in their hands and is ready to lead them. We got our guy. And I only think it's right that we, respect his position and respect what he's brought to the team by making him a captain. So I love it. I think this continues to, what we've been doing with our culture. Leon Rose, Tom Thibodeau, Jalen Brunson. I love it. I don't know. I don't got too much to say about it. I think this is the best move they could have done. Only reservation I have about it is things are starting to pile up on Julius Randle. And what I mean by that is, that feeling of a stepchild, the newborn baby that comes home and you've already been here about 8 years. And it's like, well, damn, you ain't going to get the type of attention you got from mama and daddy no more because we got to put this on the newborn, right? Like, I'm concerned about that. I don't think that should be a problem, but that's the only concern I have with this. I love what we're doing. And, I'm handing it over to my OG because, I would love to hear what he has to say about it.
Well, 1 second with that, Flea, because you're limited time, and listen. You described it yesterday, how you grind, how you got to be on a team, Division II, do just big things, way more than we did. Because you spoke to exactly what we spoke to. AllBall had the same feeling I did about Julius Randle. Hold on, this guy's the captain. I've been here for years. Right. Does that affect Julius Randle, his psyche? Have you had a teammate that has gone through that before?
I've gone through that. So now we flip it around. I went through that, right? I'm gonna post an article from 2004, 2005 year. And the article talks about stuff that I did as a junior, but I was the sole player on that team. We were a bad team, but that year I averaged 25 and 17, right? Was one of the biggest players in the city at the time. But we stunk. We weren't a good team. We weren't making playoffs. We weren't winning games. I was scoring a lot of points and losing a lot of games. But the following year, we were able to bring a couple guys up from JV, bring a couple of transfers in, new guys, and we started the season like 18-2, right? But my numbers decreased to about 15-11. And so I'm not gonna lie, as a senior, not being signed, not having a scholarship yet, like I was like, yo, these cats are taking my shine, and like it's dropping me down from the level that I want to be at. But at the same time, I had to understand: do I want to win, or do I want to be selfish and worry about me going to the next level? Fast forward, we end that season and I won a state championship, the only state championship in school history. They still haven't won a state championship since then. It's 19 years, almost 20 years later. They still haven't done it. My records haven't been broken, and so I still, I still
Talk to him.
feel,
Talk to him.
you know what I'm saying? So I still feel vindicated and validated, right? I still got a chance to play on the collegiate level, play college basketball, but also, fulfill somewhat of a dream on the high school level, but still was the man. So I'm just talking from a perspective of Julius Randle walked in the door and helped us become a playoff team we hadn't seen in close to 10 years, since the Melo years. And now we bring in Brunson, and we almost forget the foundation that Julius laid, right? He's going into a contract year, it's expiring deal. He's got to perform this year, but now Brunson is the guy. So if you're a human being, there's some things that you got to work through. I'm not saying everybody works through it the same way, but I'm just curious to see how Julius works through that. Comes back from injury, has a lot to prove. There's a lot at stake this year for Julius Randle. So, that's just how I look at it.
Well, first of all, name that school. Flea. I heard you say school. Is my school record? No. What school is that again?
Oh, Martin Luther High School out of Maspeth, New York.
No. Hold on, Flea. It kind of went out. Say it again.
I said Martin Luther High School in Maspeth, New York. Small school. Everybody's not too familiar with Maspeth. As you going up the LIE, going towards Manhattan, you want to take the Queensboro Bridge. It's the last exit before you start getting towards the Queensboro Bridge. Maurice Avenue off of the Long Island Expressway, going towards Manhattan. Small school, up the block from Christ the King. So we were in the shadows of Christ the King. But yeah, man, I just know what it felt like to go into that year wanting to win, but still wanting to be the quote unquote man, but understanding that like I couldn't do this by myself. Nobody does it by themselves. So who the hell am I? So bringing in some guys and being able to win that state championship was so vindicating, because I was able to kind of put my ego to the side. And, I wasn't averaging 25 a night. I was averaging a modest 15, but it was still contributing to winning. So, I'm curious to see how Julius comes back with a vengeance after coming back from an injury. It's a contract year, so he wants to perform. But y'all saw what we did without him last year. Like, there's a lot going against this dude. So I just want to see how he handles that.
Well, I just got to, once again, I see my young boy in the building, Florida's own. Big shout out, Jamie, big Philadelphia fan. I see him.
Big shout out. Yes, sir.
Big shout out, Jamie, man.
So hold on, trying to throw rain on all parade. Like, we ain't scared of Brunson and his big shoulders. Get out of here, Jamie. Shout out to you, Jamie.
I just real quick, Flea, I want to respond to what you said. First of all, congratulations, and everybody in the chat needs to understand who's on this platform and who's part of the AllBall TV family and a brother of ours. What Flea just said, I just hope that didn't go over your heads. Congratulations, my brother, and just being a better human being, but a great basketball player in your heyday. And like you said, them not winning the championship since you left. So, got to give a big shout out to you. But this
Appreciate you, OG.
But this is what you just said. If you average 25 and 17 and didn't win, and then the next season you win a championship and your numbers went down, but of course, better team, better situation. Coaches, GMs, they supposed to be able to see that transition you was able to make. That shouldn't have been held against you. You get what I'm trying to say? And
I'm following you.
that's what I don't like about sports today. Instead of showing the leadership that you had and the will to win, all they looking at is his numbers drop. Yeah, because he wanted to win and they won a championship. So
Right.
I think that's a big problem with sports, where we just automatically think a player's decline or their numbers got worse. But no, they may have a better team. They sacrifice their shots, their shot selection, maybe their minutes for
Right.
other guys to shine, and that's what wins championships. And
OG, I was getting handwritten letters my junior year from Jay Wright, from Jamie Dixon at when Jamie Dixon was at Pittsburgh. Like my junior year was very, very good. And going into that senior year, I didn't establish a scholarship. They still kind of trying to figure out, is this kid good enough to play on a high Division I level? Everybody wanted to go to the Big East, right? That times the Big East was still the powerhouse. So to what you're saying right now, it's so many kids. I'm who am I? I'm just saying, you know, there's so many other guys that get overlooked because they may not put up the numbers that, you know, they were putting up previous, but how are they contributing to winning? That matters. So
Exactly.
Do you think so? That really did affect you as far as, you know, the scholarship and everything with a handwritten letter from Jay Wright? Like, I'm sorry, I don't know who the Pittsburgh. What's the Pittsburgh guy name again?
Jamie Dixon.
Jamie Dixon. I'm learning on the fly.
Yes, sir.
So that senior year affected your scholarship standing with Jay Wright, Villanova, or
Yeah. I'm gonna say this too, and y'all know how honest and transparent I am as well. That ain't the only reason why scholarships didn't happen. Flea wasn't working hard enough. Flea was hanging out. Flea wasn't committed. Flea was getting high. Flea, let me be honest too. Like, let's be real about it too. There's players play a part in why they don't get to the next level, right? You good enough, but what are you doing outside of being good enough to make you exceptional, to make you not, you know, they can't close the door on you, right? I didn't do that. And not to mention, I'm a 6'2" power forward who doesn't have a real handle and can't shoot it well, rebound the ball, hustle, athletic, clean up the glass, finish around the rim, but didn't do the things that on a Division I level would have took me to the next level. Be able to shoot, be able to handle the ball like guys my size. I didn't work hard enough. That's how I look at it. I know I didn't get the opportunity, but the way it all boils down, I'm not going to blame. There's a laundry list of people I could blame, but that's on me. I did not work hard enough to get where I needed to be.
so AllBall, look, real quick, because Flea also spoke to this, and I like speaking on this because I'm the same way. That's why me and Flea go back and forth like that. We're both off the handle, and he always speaks to the mentality, and it sounds similar to Julius Randle, Flea. Like the way you say you had to go into your own mind and be like, yo, I'm in my own head right now. Is stuff like this. We've seen the growth of Julius Randle. Can this trigger something? Or I mean, this is a concern of mine right now. I wanted to talk about this specifically because we talk about it all the time. Can this set back Julius Randle?
Flea, you want to go or you want me to go?
I'm gonna go for 30 seconds and I'm gonna jump out. Y'all know I'm at work and stuff, so I'm gonna continue to watch. But I would say this: we've watched Julius Randle mature, right? But maturity is only validated by the consistency of it. If you can maintain being a grown man, carrying yourself like a grown man, like a good teammate, like a good leader, right? We watched Jalen Brunson with this announcement of him becoming a captain. There was a small excerpt of him saying, the next thing I want to do is be a leader, right? Unless I'm wrong and somebody can find that for me, I don't remember Julius Randle ever embracing wanting to be a leader. Wanting to be the best player on the team? Absolutely. Wanting to win games? Absolutely. Bringing championships in New York City? Absolutely. But embracing that term of leadership, Jalen Brunson told us. We don't even got to figure it out or try to mince words. What did he say? What did he mean? No. JB said, I want to be a leader. So I think that creates the difference between him and Julius Randle. Brunson wants this. I don't know if Julius really wants this. The leadership portion.
Big Flea, never little one, AllBall.
Yo, OG, Fabian. Y'all my brothers, I love y'all. I thank y'all for just letting me rock at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna continue to watch and I'll check in with y'all later.
All right, say no more. Our brother Flea in the building.
Y'all know who that was, man. Play the drop real quick, AllBall, because you can't hear it.
Live. Big Flea.
Yes, sir.
Never the little one.
Now I can't hear it either. So I don't know. We got work on that. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's all good.
Yeah, we got to talk to StreamYard, man. For me, real quick, AllBall, set it up for you. Let's dress this the right way. Jalen Brunson walks in and says, I want to be a leader. He can say whatever he wants to say, but let's put some pressure on this. Your godfather's upstairs. The guy you grew up with, your father's on the bench. The guys you grew up with are on the bench. Isn't it a little bit easier for Jalen Brunson to walk?
We're gonna ignore Sherwin, or we just gonna move on, right? We're gonna ignore Sherwin today, right? Sherwin ain't gonna get no love up here today, right? Not today, right?
We're gonna comment to that. I'll respond to that later. I got a little time later after everything, all the segments are done.
To the Frank stand you go, Sherwin. My brothers, love y'all.
I think I think also it's easier for Jalen Brunson to walk through that door in the Garden. Godfather's upstairs, coming out the Batcave to announce you being the captain. The guys that watch you grow up, your father who raised you, helped raise you, is on that bench. Tom Thibodeau's been around you since you were a baby. These guys raised you and put you in this position. Don't you think it's a little bit easier for Brunson to walk through that door, plant the leadership flag, and Randall, and other sides of that is Randall sitting there like, it's me. If I want to be a captain, it's me against them.
Well, for me, I don't think so. For one, let me just say this. I don't think Brunson wanted to be a leader. I think he just is a leader. I don't think he ever said I never thought he said, I want to be the leader. Sometimes your actions speak louder than words. His father, the Godfather, has nothing to do with how Jalen Brunson has become the leader of the New York Knicks. How he carries himself in his play on the court. The friendship and the bond that he has with the players. To me, those are leadership traits. So yeah, I don't think his pops and all of them involved made it easier. At the end of the day, how he conducted himself on and off the court made him the leader he is. Now, of course, his father, played a part in that as far as, raising a young man to be who he is today. But I'm just saying they had no parts in him becoming a leader. The young man is just a leader. Remember, high school, he was successful. College, he was successful. Thus far, present in the NBA, he is successful. So for me, Julius Randle should not feel no type of way. Julius Randle should be happy that there's a player that he can follow with true leadership skills. Look at Hartenstein, DiVincenzo. Look at the career those guys had for that 1 year. Look at what Brunson exerts on the court. Gives his body up. Plays injured. Respectful. So for me, what I would love to see is for the whole team to embrace Julius Randle. For someone to come out and say, yo, we hear all the rumors. All of that is not true. We need Randle on this team. Not we want him. We need Randle. And yes, the Knicks will give him his extension because we need Randle to win a championship. To me, that's another level of leadership that can be shown. So that's what I would love to see the team do. Of course, Brunson, but I don't think Randle should feel no type of way. When you're great and someone comes alongside you that's greater, how I was raised, you want to be teammates with that person. You don't want to be their enemy. You don't want to be apart from them. You always want to surround yourself with people that are just as smart as you or better, just as great as you or better. So Julius Randle would be a fool to be upset. And sometimes in life, you have to understand within yourself, I ain't no leader. Yes, they need me to win, but to lead, that's a whole different ball game. Some guys just don't have that, and that's okay. So would it bother Randle? Maybe because of the outside world, people like us coming up with that type of question. And of course, all the rumors, every other day it's a rumor with Randle naming it. But once again, if the team, puts their arms around him and supports him 100%, which I think they are doing, that's why you don't hear Randle he don't entertain none of this. He don't entertain none of the rumors, the trade news, things of that nature. So listen, I said it and people laughed at me. We got our guy. No organization is going to be great in the future, contend for championships or win a championship until you get your guy. And how long has it been since we've gotten our guy? Since Melo, maybe? We got our guy, y'all. New York City has a legit superstar, a legit MVP candidate, a legit all-star, a legit all-NBA player, and a legit leader. When was the last time we were able to say that? So for me, this is not surprising because I've been consistent all season. How long I've been saying this, Fade? Brunson best player in the NBA. The excuse they make for him not being is crazy. Because he's 6'2", because he's not athletic, because he's slow. Name me one player in the NBA that did what he did all season due to the circumstances that he had to deal with all the injuries. And let's not forget, he's playing in New York City. Name me one organization with more pressure than playing for New York. Whether it's the Yankees, the Mets, the Islanders, the Rangers, the Giants, the Jets. There's no team has more pressure than playing on the New York Knicks, especially when now you are the guy. And for him to be able to carry it how he carries it on and off the court, we had no choice but to make him the leader and the captain. Had no choice.
Well, you know, I have to give pushback so that we can. I like to challenge myself, think outside the box. But Julius Randle answered all questions, man. He posted it on his story. Congratulations. Congrats, Cap. Well deserved. He called him the captain, y'all. He called him the captain. Congrats, Cap. No cap, as the youngins say today. I think Julius Randle has shown a lot of growth, to Flea's point. I think he's come a long way, played alongside Kobe. And I think when you play alongside Kobe and then you see Brunson, we don't need to see a dunk. We don't need to see you call people out. None of that. It's all about, like you said, actions. And I don't remember Randle being ruffled by any of this. Anytime he spoke about Brunson, it was like, yo, he walked in and we follow him now. I'm looking for that quote now, but he just posted that in his story on Instagram on his story. Congrats to the captain. And I don't think Randle, and he's been around the block. New Orleans, the Lakers. He's been with the Lakers when they were garbage. Similar to the Knicks came into this place when it was garbage. He was there. They were trash with Kobe. And he saw what it was with Kobe still. Like, I don't care what our record looks like. Remember Kobe sat down on a late night show? I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and they were laughing and joking about some game, throwing water on each other, and Kobe just ice wheeling the camera like disgusting. That's who Kobe was. And I just think he was a winner. Again, I don't go by just championships. It's what AllBall's saying. It's the actions. And I think Randle got to witness that guy every single day. So I think he sees a similarity in Brunson. I would love for someone to ask Julius Randle about any similarities between Brunson and a Kobe Bryant, who worked his way from being the outside guy, the loner in the locker room, to being the actual captain of the Lakers. That's big. They're the biggest franchise, most popular franchise the last 40 years. The Knicks are headed there. If not just being on the same level of popularity, and you were the face of that organization, and you see the same similar takeover, in my opinion, with Brunson coming here. Yeah, he got the Godfather here and his whole family here, but he's shown improved, not just through work ethic, not just through words, being compared to Mike in the playoffs, just everything about Brunson. There's no way me and you, who had the same thoughts, AllBall, I said the same exact thing. Wonder how Randle feels about this. He answers that question. It's amazing what Brunson has been doing.
See, for me, Randle's been around long enough, and we've all watched sports long enough. How many great players are not great leaders? You can't name 5 great leaders in the NBA right now. Leaders. Not great players, not best skill set. Think about how great Kyrie's skill set is. Is he a leader? Is Steph Curry a great leader? Look at the mess in Golden State. As talented as Kevin Durant is he a leader?
Not like this.
Yo. Yeah, so for me, I think, when Randall look at it like that, you can't have a problem with Brunson being a leader. Bruh, like I said, man, he has guys that's following him through the fire. And he's willing to get on the front line. Not saying Julius Randle isn't, but listen, man, Brunson is playing hurt, he's playing injured, and he's putting the city on his back. Listen, you can't, like I said, you can't name 5 great leaders in the NBA right now. You just can't. Maybe Chris Paul, Brunson, LeBron. After that, like I said, you have all this great talent. There's no great leaders. Like, we really have to, so, Randall cannot be upset. I think, like I said, we need Randall. We need Randall. Straight up. I seen a take where we need that second legit scorer. Not a guy that sometimes can get you 20 plus 30. A guy that can do it on a consistent basis. And Randall was a 25 and 10 guy. Even if his numbers drop down to 21 and 9. Remember, that's every game. And that's what we were missing all last season, and especially in the playoffs. Like I said, we're not expecting OG to come in and average 30. We're not expecting Mikal Bridges to come in and average 30. So for us to have a legit second, third, fourth scorer, and that combination could switch any game. Bridges could be the one for a game. But we know for a fact we have a guy that's a legit all-star, legit all-third NBA player, and a legit double-double guy. And he's an Iron Man. Unless he really gets injured like he did against Miami with the shoulder, he's playing all the games. So, I think Randall understands what's going on. The city, we embraced him. We want him here. And I think he gets it. Hey, listen, man, life be like that sometimes. You could be the guy, but then somebody else come along, and not only is he a leader, but he's a great human being. So it ain't like you a douchebag leader. Nah, Brunson, I'm pretty sure, hey, man, I'm not here to take your shine, bro. Let's do this together. I'm your brother. I'm not here. I don't care about the spotlight. I want to win. Come on, man. That young man cried on the court when we was chanting MVP. That's a leader. That's somebody that still cares about the game. That's why I tell you, ain't no leaders no more. These dudes don't care about the game. They don't. So when you
I want you to stay. I'm sorry. I want you to stay right there with Randall when you said, because you said something. We need him, which was our second topic. GM Scott Perry, former GM Scott Perry of the New York Knicks, was on ESPN, and he spoke to the necessity of Julius Randle.
The Knicks should do blank with Julius Randle.
The Knicks should definitely sign Julius Randle to an extension, and here's why. The Knicks are in desperate need of having that reliable second scorer. We saw that they missed that in the playoffs. Big body Brunson, as my friend Mr. Perkins would say, need somebody to be able to take the load off of him when other teams try to go after him and double team him and scheme against him. Julius has a personal connection with this organization. He's played for Tibbs for the last 4 years. He has a connection with the teammates, the front office. He knows what it's like to play in New York. He has unfinished business playing in New York. He wants to help take this team not only to a conference championship, but to an NBA Finals. You definitely got to re-sign him because he's reliable, he's tough, and he fits well with this group, in my opinion.
And there you have it. All ball. Do we need Julius Randle?
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Once again, we may not, some people may not like him personally. You may not like his game, but you have to admit, since he's been here, we've been successful. Since he's been here, he's been an all-star. We've made the playoffs. So, we have to put our personal feelings to the side. I've grown to respect Julius Randle in his game. And seeing how injury-prone guys like OG and Mitchell Robinson is, for us to not have that legit second scorer, we cannot put that pressure on DiVincenzo and Hart. That is not who they are. Those guys are supposed to be firecrackers. Any given moment, they can give you 30, give you that intensity. But to have a guy that's a legit double-double, 25 and 10, 5 assists, we need him. If we're going to win a championship, if we're going to be competing in the East against Miami, Milwaukee, Boston, look at the wings they got. Whether Jimmy Butler stay or not, they got Bam, you got Giannis, you got Tatum and Brown with Porzingis, you got Miles Turner in Indiana. You can name a bunch of them guys in Orlando. Let's not forget about Cleveland with Jared Allen and I keep forgetting the young man's name.
Evan Mobley.
And Evan Mobley. So with those teams and those big bodies, you need a guy that's 6'9", 6'10", strong as an ox, ain't no punk, ain't going back down, and he's averaging a double-double. We need a legit second scorer. Now, I know people is going to make it seem like since we got Mikal Bridges. No, Mikal Bridges, for one, is a small 3 guard. He's a 3, but he's small, 6'4" maybe, 6'5", I would guess, maybe. So what I don't want us to do is put the pressure on our guys when there's no need to. We need guys to play their right position, and that's what happened all last season. We had Josh Hart at the 4, y'all. Do you honestly think we can win a championship all season like that? No. So we need Julius Randle, and I love what he said. He has unfinished business to take care of. We need to see this thing fully healthy and see what it looks like for a full season before we attempt to want to make trades, make moves. So we definitely. One thing I'm big on is if I owe you, I need to pay you. We owe Julius Randle to see what this thing looked like fully healthy. Now that we acquired Mikal Bridges. To see how we looked last year with all the injuries, we have to say to ourselves, let's see how this thing look fully healthy. Now, if we can't get it together, then we got to figure it out. But I totally agree. We need Julius Randle. We will not win a championship without Julius Randle. Straight up.
I love what you said. I love what John Pettit said. I want to highlight that real quick. Some of y'all act like you never had a bad moment, still talking about the thumbs down, like any of you can take all that pressure and criticism after that. Randle has been great. Let's move on from that. That's amazing to say because he has moved on from that. That's all the feelings that I've gotten. And the show would be great if I could disagree with AllBall right now. That's how it just gets better like that, right? But Julius Randle has unfinished business. I gotta double down with what you said, what Scott Perry said, because it's easy for us to see Brunson as the leader because he's the bigger star. And he came with the temperament, and I said he got the right team around him with the Knicks and everything. It was the red carpet treatment, yada, yada, yada. Randall's path was way harder, in my opinion. His team was garbage. Trash. He's really the jumpstart to all this. When James Dolan sits down with him, he salutes him. He probably has not for nothing, a special place in his heart above all these players. It's different when you're the owner of a franchise and they talk about you the way that we did, the way that some of us still do. We're starting to come around with Dolan and say, hey, you out of the way? We love that. Stay over there, please. But I got to believe Dolan is sitting there like, that's my guy. He came here when nobody wanted to come here. He came here when Durant and Kyrie were supposed to come here and snubbed us and did it in the face of them and still performed. And we look better than them while losing. Let's not forget that. It sounds crazy, but he didn't have Mitchell Robinson in the first round against Atlanta. He wasn't fully loaded either. The Knicks, we've been dealing with injuries in the playoffs. Yeah. Yes, it's Mitchell Robinson and all that, but unfinished business. We came around. He earned our respect. This ain't us just praising Randle out of nowhere. If you spoke to us a year and a half ago, we were going crazy on Randle. Nah, man, get out of here. I said he's a 6 man. I say he's the 3rd best player on the team. I spoke to Fee the other day. What makes me so excited about the Knicks is that they're building it exactly how I want a team to be built, especially in the super team era, because they kept telling me you need superstars to win. And I'm like, you really don't. You don't need the top 3 guys. If you had 8 or 9 guys that play like this and are competitive, it's different. And it just, I don't know if I was just talking out of my ass, but this is proof of it. These guys didn't come out second round pick. I know Julius Randle's a top 10 pick, but he brings a balance to this. He brings a balance to this. Okay, he might go crazy a little bit still. He doesn't have the same temperament as Jalen Brunson. We don't need everybody with the same temperament. That's not how he's built. I'd rather we have a guy now in place in Brunson as a leader, as the captain. He could come to Randle at any given time if he's bugging out and balance this thing out. I always said Randle needs to point that energy, direct that energy towards the opponents, not the refs, not your teammates. If he can do that and Brunson can help that, why not? Because if it goes the other way, we know what's going to happen to him. I don't think Randle has a choice right now. And I think he's okay with that. Like you said, there's a lot of pressure to deal with this in this city. Now you got the guy who can take on all the armor. He got the team to take all that on. You ain't even got to do that. All you got to do is play ball and be yourself. Because when IQ and Barrett went to Toronto, he's still texting them. I don't like all that personally. I'd rather you go against them by any means, but it's reality we're dealing with. These guys are human beings that live in a social media era, and he's shouting them out. That's his little brothers. Those are my little brothers doing their thing for another team.
Yeah.
So he's not the leader Brunson is for everybody, but if he's second, third in command, I don't mind that. All I ever said was he's really a third best player on a championship team, and the Knicks have done that on a night-to-night basis. It's Brunson, OG, and Bridges, and Randle, and throw in Mitchell Robinson when he's dominant. You got 4 guys who can play with 1 through 4 any given night. That's way different than Randle, Barrett, IQ, and these guys being the third best player on the team, on a championship team, and trying to be the number 1. This is a luxury. The pressure that Randle can put on the defense is easier for him to get foul calls than Brunson. Brunson knows that. Tibbs knows that. That's why they want him in that paint. Stop shooting 3-pointers. He learned that. He said that, and he did that. He kept his word. Again, it's easy for us to talk about Brunson, his actions, his words. It comes to fruition. But now Randle's being overlooked simply because our guy is really a superstar. You ever been around a superstar? Maybe you had a friend or something like that. He gets girls better than you do. It is what it is. If you get in the way, you become the broken wingman. You don't want to be the broken wingman. If your man could get the chicks, the ladies, excuse me, before my wife throws a chancleta at me, you don't get in the way. You let him get that table surrounded. You let him do his thing, and you play your role. And Randle's been doing that. The fact that he posted that to me, it says a lot. Should he naturally feel like, damn, I could have been the leader, whatever it is? He's human. He might feel that way, but he's also been going through his own personal resurrection, his own personal evolution. And he's done nothing but express that. He's done nothing but done that. The injury's gotten in the way. That's all. And for all y'all who think we don't need him, did you not watch the playoffs last year? I know I said when Randle went down, we didn't need him because we got OG. Okay, well, OG wasn't there either. Now what? Again, these guys are not top 3 MVPs shoo-ins every single year. That's not who they are. You need that rotation. You need that depth in the lineup. And this isn't just depth. This is straight weaponry. Straight weaponry. At any given time, I always say the pressure is all on Tibbs now. You got to be the mastermind pointing and directing your troops. Randle is a big time weapon out there. And yes, we do need him. Never in the hell did you hear me say that about the Randle and the Knicks until this season, until this offseason. I think he brings something that who else can really bring this around the league? LeBron James is 40 years old, trying to be the number 1 on the Lakers. 40. Good luck. Randle's 28, 29 years old. This is what he's supposed to be doing, man. We got to give him his props. We cannot forget he started this and he has unfinished business too. It's not just Brunson.
Yeah, well, I'm in minds with, I see the chats and, they talking about what he beat in the playoffs. So, it's unfortunate with injuries, but every team, has to be healthy if they want to make a title run. And we seen even though it was a short window, we seen how good we look with Randall, OG, and Brunson in there healthy at the same time. We ain't looked that good probably since the 99 Knicks or something like that. So let's not act like we didn't see how good we look with Randall, OG, and Brunson healthy. And then now you add a Mikal Bridges. And then now DiVincenzo and Hart can play their proper positions, the 2 and the 3, and it's no pressure on them to have to score 20, 30 points a night. It's no pressure on Josh Hart to have to be the best rebounder on the team. So for me, let's stop acting like we ain't see, how good we look with Randall. And once again, he's not the only injury-prone guy. Giannis gets injured a lot. Embiid gets injured a lot during the playoffs. So as much as, we want to throw dirt on Randall, listen, man, there's a lot of guys that can't stay healthy that when it comes to playoff time, they're nowhere to be found. So let's not do that. But I'm going to just say we seen how good we look with Randall. So let's stop acting like we was bums when we made that trade and Randall was fully healthy, and then we had that Paul's three-headed monster. We tore the league up for however many games that was. We was looking like we was about to run through everybody. And it was unfortunate guys got injured. So let's stop acting like we ain't seen what was about to happen. That's all I'm going to say.
We're in a great position, man, to your point. January was immaculate. I truly believe we can win the finals this year. The backup center, of course, the backup shooting off the bench, like you said. I really don't. The closer we get to the season, we see some things in the preseason games and training camp and see how our rookies really look. I've been gassed up before, but even if we had the Obi Toppin and McBride, Grimes, think about if Obi Toppin, Grimes, and McBride were the 8th, 9th, and 10th man on the bench. That's what this is. Josh Hart was starting. DiVincenzo was starting. Right. They weren't full-fledged starters on any other team before. They just happened to do that for us, and they fill in their roles. And again, the captain is here. The captain is here. You got Bridges starting. He's proven to be a starter, proven to be all defensive worthy. OG, all defensive worthy. Mitchell Robinson, all defensive worthy. Those are the guys. We have balance. That's the other thing I don't get. Yeah, Randall's a lunatic, and sometimes he gets out of his mind. He forgets his assignment on defense. That stuff will be called out, I believe. I think it's gonna be a lot harder to watch tape and not hold yourself accountable with these guys around. It's just exciting to hear about those 70s Knicks my whole damn life. I had nothing. I just could read stuff and watch some highlights. That's what this sounds like. That's what it feels like. There's a culture here. Like the 90s had this culture. They had a culture. It was an identity. They had that. The Villanova Knicks, they have a culture. We can identify Brunson, and it can be funny to other people. They're already making jokes like, oh, you think a college team's going to win? And it's just like, this ain't just no random college team. Right. This is when Stephen A. Smith was on there talking about they ain't got no NBA talent, and the whole damn team went to the NBA. So you know how we feel about him. All these fakers. And I'm watching the college ball now, so I'm gonna know if people are lying or not.
Right.
So just the balance of this team, AllBall, and I was sounding crazy last year. Boston don't have this depth. Minnesota, I don't know if they have this depth. That's why I say OKC scares me more than anybody, because they got depth. What other team has a team 1 through 9 that could just plug and play and have like different styles coming off the bench? Memphis had that for a little bit when John Morant was healthy and Tyus Jones was there. Like, and they met, they were still young. Golden State in their peak depth.
Yeah.
When you don't, it was just really the superstar was Curry, and then you had a bunch of depth.
Even the Lakers, the bubble Lakers, remember that team they had, that depth was crazy. With Rondo and Danny Green and all them guys.
Did we lose AllBall?
Nah, I'm here.
Okay, because sometimes it'll freeze up, but we can't. We can hear you though. It'll catch back up though. We can hear you though.
Yeah, no. So I definitely agree. Like, remember, man. Now we legit. Starting 5 is legit, and then we got 3-4 guys coming off the bench, legit. So listen, man, we just it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Knicks fans, we have to be patient. We have to build this thing correct. And we have to build it right. Remember, we not doing the bonehead stuff. Pause. We not going to get 2, 3 super duper stars. And no, we have chemistry. We have guys that like each other, and we have guys that want to be here. Listen, man, we legit. And now, with the addition of Mikal Bridges and now Randall coming back, now we have a legit bench. Listen, man, I can't wait for the season. I can't wait.
When was the last time we said that? Like, I can't wait, and we're not being hopeful. We're not being hopeful. This is like, yo, when Minnesota come to town, all right, what we gonna do? When Boston come to town, all right, let's see what that bench looks like. You got Pritchard coming off the bench. All right, we gonna see Pritchard versus DiVincenzo. What's up?
Yeah.
We gonna see.
And then now,
Philly,
we put the whole league on notice, so guys the team's gonna be gunning for. So for us, every game is gonna be exciting. You gotta remember that the Knicks hate is real, so everybody want to see us lose. Every team wants to blow us out. Everybody think we frauds. So for us, these 82 games is going to be hell every game. Great game. So listen, man, I can't wait for us to just shut everybody up and let the world, in the whole NBA world, see that our guys are just as good as y'all's.
thank you for bringing this up, Gregory Lee. We forgot Ukiki from Orlando. If healthy, he's a problem. Yeah, see. The less of the Mitchell Robinsons of the world in terms of being in a situation injury prone, and we can kind of like balance that out with the guys who are healthy. The Josh Harts, Brunson, Randall. The last 2 years he's just been injury prone, but the depth helps a lot with this. Now we can take on even what's the kid, Robert Williams III. If we can get him on the cheap, he plays 20 games or whatever it is and fills in and gives people some rest and shows some depth. The scariest thing would be is if they are healthy and just come in for 2 minutes. You know how it is. You turn into an NBA legend sometimes off of a crazy play in the playoffs. And in New York, when you do that, we don't forget you, bro. We don't forget you.
We just watched Hartenstein do it.
And get the bag.
Come on. So totally agree. Totally agree.
Absolutely. Damn, I'm forgetting. I say that, and I'm forgetting the wide receiver that Eli Manning threw the immaculate reception to, and I always remember his name.
That caught the helmet, the ball on. I forgot. Me too.
But he was coming off the bench. They almost cut him. He was on the practice squad. Everything about that play was insane. It's insane. But that's forever New York legend.
Go down in history.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot your name already. I turned him to Dog Skid Jermaine. I ruined my own. Oh, Tyree. Yes, David Tyree. Thank you very much, Q Burrow, brother. I knew his first name after you said Tyree. Yep. Amazing. It's plays like that again, what have I been saying? The Knicks remind me of the 08 Giants. Totally slept on. I keep bringing that back. My brain just keeps, maybe it's a conspiracy in my brain. I keep pumping, but Strahan was the man. No, he wasn't, Bruce Smith. No, he wasn't Reggie White, but he was damn near that. He took 4 or 5. He was insane. He took 4 or 5 years off, 4 or 5 weeks off, came in there, and they played their hearts out. And it was nonstop. That front line, that NASCAR front line, it was nonstop. Justin Tuck was a rookie. Filling in from Human Euro was there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So with this, defensively, coming off the bench is DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. They play tough. And Achua. As of right now, there's a lot of weapons for Tom Thibodeau to go out there and do his thing with. Oh, ball. I think it's time to move on to our Bochinche Central. The Bochinche portion. You brought this up. The greatest defender of all time.
Who is not on Team USA.
But we know who is. Draymond Green has decided to throw his name in the ring, and he claims some wild business about the Dream Team and whatever else he'd be talking about.
team are definitely dream team. You got the redeem team. This 2024 team are definitely drawing those comparisons to the dream team. And quite frankly, I'm taking the 2024 team 7 days a week. I think the 2024 team beats the dream team 5 out of 7 games. Gotta give the dream team some respect. They got GOATs, we get it. They got Hall of Famers, we get it. 5 out of 7 games, at least, for the 2024 team. I just think the versatility on that team, the star power, the score, I don't think the dream team can do anything with that. Oh, and by the way, now, if the dream team has Shaq on it and not Christian Laettner, maybe a different story, because the versatility that Shaq would bring to that team, it's just a different thing that you have to deal with it. But we know Shaq was not on the dream team, which I think was a big mistake. But nonetheless, it is what it is. And I got the 2024 team winning these. Dream.
Number one, Draymond, you got all that money. You can't pay somebody to lower the music. What the hell is wrong with you? You had to put the music over all that garbage you were talking. Oh, ball. What is your response to the moron himself, Draymond Green, and the dream team would have been beaten by the 2024 USA team?
So before we get out of here, I wanted to talk about this because, a guy like Draymond, who portrays himself as the greatest defender, a historian, like he knows everything about basketball. I have no problem with nobody saying that 2024 Team USA would beat the Dream Team. If that's how you feel, that's your opinion. I'm not arguing your opinion. But when guys are saying that it's not close, they'll win 5 out of 7, I'm picking them 7 days out the week, you telling me the Dream Team, some of the most mentally toughest athletes we've ever seen, is going to let another team beat them 5 games out of 7? Help me understand this. Please help me understand this. So all these legendary guys and Hall of Famers. So let's break it down. Who's guarding Karl Malone? Who's guarding David Robinson? Who's guarding Magic? Who's guarding Mike? Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out how is people saying that the 2024 team is just going to wipe the floor? We see them struggling in this USA thing, and they playing against scrubs. How y'all say Dream Team played against scrubs. The Dream Team, on average, was beating guys 44 points. We seen a couple times Team USA be in trouble. Now, of course, it was an old Larry Bird. It is an old LeBron. You telling me LeBron, what he's doing that against guys like Scottie Pippen and Mike and Karl Malone, David Robinson, guys like that in the paint. Who's going Charles Barkley? Where's the great wing defenders on Team USA? Y'all gonna put Drew Holiday on Mike? Y'all gonna put Tatum on Mike? Tatum don't even get in the game. Who's Devin Booker guarding? Like, seriously. Halliburton. Who's Bam Adebayo going to guard Karl Malone, right? Embiid and Anthony Davis is going to guard Patrick Ewing and David Robinson, right? Like, for me, man, like I said, I just have a problem with people just dismissing the Dream Team. Like I said, these are some of the most mentally toughest athletes of all time. With them, it wasn't about athleticism as much as up here, mentally and physically strong. Who's Steph Curry going to guard? You know John Stockton will walk Steph Curry little ass all the way up the court? See, these are guys that y'all laugh at and think is sweet. And he might lock Steph Curry ass down. Love Steph Curry. His handle is overrated. Like, come on, man. So for me, who's gone Magic? Who? Drew Holiday? Put his little ass right in the post. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like we got to stop this. Draymond Green, man, we know, you're LeBron's, cup, his nut hugger. But come on, man. Come on, man. Like Scotty, Mike, John Stockton, Karl Malone, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Magic, Bird, Clyde Drexler. What are we talking about? Barkley. They will punk Team USA. As skillful as Team USA is, they will punk them physically and mentally easily. Easily. Nobody on Team USA want no real smoke with nobody. And we got some of the toughest trash talkers of all time. Bird, Magic, Mike, Barkley. Are you kidding me? If y'all think Embiid is just going to run over Patrick Ewing, if y'all think Anthony Davis is just going to run over David Robinson, and that's the problem I have. Once again, I'm going to pass it to you, Fabian, because I'm getting upset. We all have our opinions. But for people to say Dream Team don't have a chance, it's blasphemous, man. It's blasphemous. And it just goes to show the hate for the older generation. But as long as I'm here, I'm going to hold them down as much as possible. Is Team USA a great team? Yes. Are they one of the greatest teams ever assembled? Yes. Yes. I'm not that crazy. But you're not going to tell me the Dream Team has probably 3 of the top 10 greatest players of all time on there.
Go ahead, get in there, Flea, because you jump right in.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous.
To the vocals.
This is ridiculous. He's being ridiculous. He's being ridiculous. And he knows way more about basketball than to be doing this and feeding this to the people, because the people going to eat it up. First of all, let me just ask you a straight up question. Does the Dream Team have to guard? Do they have to guard? Yeah. Are they going to play any defense?
Yes. Yes.
So why you keep talking about who's going to guard Bird? Bird was a shell of himself. Who are you going to guard Magic? Magic had AIDS. Move on. Who's going to go? Like, what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about, man? What are we talking? We're talking about some of the most athletic players of all time on the 2024 team.
That's all we say about them. That's all we say about
better scorers, better athletes, faster, stronger, bigger. You're talking about who's going to guard Patrick Ewing. I love Patrick Ewing.
Hold on. No, because what you're doing is you're nitpicking at the. Let's talk about the good guys. So you talking about fast and stronger. Scotty, Mike, David Robinson, Charles Barkley. Those guys ain't strong.
Scottie Pippen would be in hell trying to figure out how to guard LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards. He would be in hell. He would be on the bench with his head in his lap, trying to figure out how to guard.
Wow.
Can I ask you this real quick, Flea? Are the FIBA rules different from back then till now? I thought the FIBA rules were closer to the 90s, the 90s style, 80s style NBA.
I don't care what rules it is.
Who is guarding the 2024 team? You said who's guarding them. Now they have to play defense. Right. Talk about those matchups, please.
Okay.
Well, hold on, but I think this team, the Team USA right now, it got way more depth. 1 through 12 is crazy. Don't get me wrong. They're amazing. But going back to Draymond Green real quick, what the hell is he talking about? He was just on here yesterday shitting on his coach, Flea. So the Dream Team had no problem putting their egos to the side and figuring out what lineup should be out there. MJ played the less minutes out of anybody. And again, the biggest problem with Team USA right now is LeBron being LeBron, taking over, and all of a sudden Steph Curry ain't even Steph Curry no more. Once LeBron is on the team, it changes the whole dynamic of the offense. I think Team USA the Dream Team, they bring a different styles to the table with no problem. Magic and Stockton are going to give you different styles of point guard, different style of offense. And also, the whole thing about overlooking David Robinson and Patrick Ewing to me is crazy, when I can never forget what Pau Gasol and Marc Gasol did to these guys, this era. I'll never forget that, because David Robinson and Patrick Ewing would destroy them if that's the case. I don't get that. David Robinson was crazy.
We're talking about a generational defender in Anthony Davis, and he's going to get ran over. He's going to get ran over, right? He can't guard his position. right?
Wait.
See,
Hold on.
we
You
pick and
think Anthony
choose. We
Davis
pick
can
and
guard?
choose.
Wait. Anthony Davis
We
can guard Patrick Ewing and David Robinson?
I'm I'm I'm
Seriously.
I'm co- I'm confident. I'm gonna roll him out there and stay in front of them. I'm very confident. But see, this is the thing we like to do. We like to act like we don't see what we watching. We like to fall into narratives when we have these kind of debates. It ain't about his health right now. It ain't about if we like him or if we don't like him. It's about, can he defend those two guys? And we're talking about a generational defender. So now all of a sudden, Anthony Davis is food against Patrick Ewing and David Robinson. All
No,
three of
I'm
these
not.
guys is top 70. All three of these guys are top 75 players, but now Anthony Davis is the inferior one, right?
But
Like,
it's not that. You brought up Embiid in the comments. Like, Embiid is the weak link on the team. He is pure
who
garbage out there. But hold on, he's
garbage?
bro. He's
Yeah,
been
this
garbage.
y'all
He looks
y'all are
bad.
leaning, y'all are not having a real conversation. This is emotion by y'all and not having real conversation.
Okay, but so now let's get back to the basketball, like you put it. If we're talking about basketball, Embiid's gonna guard them, I don't see that. Like, and you have two pure big men. They play the style that kills FIBA. This is what FIBA's based off of. I thought it was that, unless the FIBA changed the rules. But once you're going without zone and all that other stuff, all right, you could throw all that spread offense. It's not gonna do anything to the dream team, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's gonna be a pure sweep like Draymond is talking,
Y'all
but
treat
the
the
dream team
dream
would have been a
team like y'all
problem.
treat our Knicks. Y'all treat the dream team like y'all treat our Knicks. Can't nobody beat us. You can't replace them. Nobody's better. Like, cut it out. Cut
But
it out.
hopefully, but nobody is better. Like,
That's a joke. That's
it's
a
not.
joke.
No,
That's a
it's not.
joke. That's your love
No,
for Michael Jordan. That's your
no,
love.
no,
That's your
no,
nostalgic love for older
no,
players. That's what it is,
no.
OG.
Yo,
You showing your age right now. That's what it is.
every time people bring up Team USA 2024, all they say is, "You see how athletic they are." Who cares how athletic they are? Who
So let's
cares?
talk basketball. So I said let's talk basketball.
All right. So
I
Fleet.
was.
All right, hold on. So Mike Barkley at that time, Mike Barkley, David Robinson, Clyde Drexler. Those guys isn't athletic. David Robinson.
Absolutely. But you talk as though these guys of today would be in awe and so like unmatched against these guys. And that's a joke, OG. That's a joke. You think that they would get on the floor and look at these niggas like, oh my God, I can't match up against Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Like, come on, man. We talking about some of the.
My argument is, when we do have these discussions, people literally give Dream Team no chance. My argument is,
because people are watching basketball. Because people are watching what's happening.
So Fleet, let me ask you a question. 7-game series, 2024 Team USA against Dream Team. Of course, you're picking Team USA. How many games is that series going? Your opinion?
Absolutely 7 games.
I have no problem with that. What I'm saying is, you have some guys like Draymond that is saying they only giving them 2 games. Some guys are saying they don't have a chance at all. And that's my argument.
I can't roll with that. But I'm also not gonna roll with, like, you gotta hold this 92 Dream Team and like they're untouchable, like they're in a stratosphere by themselves. That's a joke. They didn't play anybody. They played guys that we got on the floor and they was hugging and kissing them. They wanted to take pictures before games with these dudes. Like, y'all gotta stop with this. Like, tell the whole truth. Don't mince it.
Fleet, that goes to show how great they are.
No, it goes to show that they was going to Angola, and Angola is rolling out guys your height. Like, what are we talking about? Like we gotta.
There's a lot of bums out there now too.
Everywhere you
go,
go,
a lot of narrative, Fleet. I think that all you've been saying is narrative. Because for me, like,
all I've been saying is narrative.
Yeah, yo, the 92 team were just holding them at this.
No, that's the fact. That's what you're doing right now. You're saying that they're untouchable.
No, I spoke to what they really can guard Patrick Ewing and David Robinson, elite. They don't have Embiid is not a
call a spade a spade. Patrick Ewing was great, but he was not going to outplay Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis. He's not. Okay, and I love Patrick Ewing. He's not doing it.
Right, but I think AD has a better is going to show up. I'm sorry, AD. I don't think Embiid's going to show up with them, bro. I think Embiid gets exposed with those big men like that. It's a different. You're not gonna do all that. And the style of play, to me, that you have to play is their style. You have two big. Now you bench David Robinson. You bring in Patrick Ewing. And another thing about what Draymond said, he brings in Shaq. No, the person who should have made the dream team was Isaiah Thomas. That's who everybody's lucky to make the dream team. If he makes the dream team, I don't think this conversation is even close after that. Because now you got 3-point guards. They just changed everything. That's a real basketball team to me with pure balance. I'm not just, this ain't no narrative. What are they? Well, Team USA is playing LeBron's game for the most part. Then they struggle. They bench Tatum. For what? You got to bring him in there. And what are they going to do? What style of offense are they going to bring to that to counter Robinson at the center? That's what Karl Malone at the 4. You could even have a lineup with Karl Malone at the stretch 5. They were in. They
and
were
Bam
kind
is
of,
food, right?
Bam
food, right? Bam food,
no,
right?
not at all. Not
Yeah,
at all.
no.
But
Yeah, hold
Flea
on.
food,
Hold
right?
on.
Like, this is a joke,
Yo,
man.
Flea ain't gonna come up
Y'all
here
don't
and
want to.
leave
Y'all
on
don't
this
really
shit.
want to talk basketball because y'all are stuck in nostalgia right now.
Flea,
And
Bam
it's
is
weird.
food, Flea. Yeah, I'm
He's
saying
not.
it. Bam is
He's
food.
not. He's not.
again,
He's
who?
not.
He's
He's
guarding.
not.
Okay. Again, so he's guarding David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. I don't see that.
Bam guarding Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley don't even get nothing. Nothing.
You lost
Nothing.
your mind.
So what's the starting five
Nothing.
for Team USA? What's the starting five
Nothing.
for USA?
Nothing.
Yo, once Team USA put in Devin Booker and them niggas, it's game over.
And Devin Booker a bum now, right? Like,
No, I'm not saying.
this is insane. Y'all are holding these dudes like they are like in
This is
lore,
Flino Brown. I don't know
untouchable.
who this is. This is Flino Brown, bro.
Nah, because we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Hold on, Flea even came through with the ill vocals and everything. I don't know where you came from with these vocals. These are the best vocals
Team
I ever heard.
USA put in that second unit, it's
I'm in the
game over.
office. I gotta be quiet, but I was not let y'all about to behave like this in front of the people. Nah.
I understand that, but you even can't. I don't know where you got these magical vocals out of nowhere. Just to come back with Team USA, talking about the old school. Flea, I'm sticking to the narratives. Bam Adebayo might get thrown into the third deck.
I mean, that's fine, but that doesn't show that you really want to talk the game. You just want to be funny. And Bam is not getting thrown anywhere. What are we talking about?
Bam cannot guard at that time. Bam is not. He ain't fucking with no Charles Barkley. Flea, I'm sorry.
I think Barkley. See, for me, look, Barkley for me in transition he'll be crazy, but in the half court, I think Bam can definitely guard him. But again, that's Charles Barkley. I think David Robinson will smoke these dudes, and I'm not even a big David Robinson guy. Patrick Ewing, all these guys can shoot from the outside to the centers. So that's what I'm trying to understand. I'm talking basketball, bro. Ewing and David Robinson were not just some regular post-up players. They were shooting jump shots, and they're guarding you on the other end. They're anchoring the whole defense. This is all basketball talk, by the way. Haven't brought up no nostalgia, no narrative, no nothing. So what is the counter to that? LeBron running the point guard? That's the counter. That's the ultimate counter. They don't even know how to establish Steph Curry.
There's matchup problems for days for Dream Team 92 Dream. There's matchup problems for days. They have issues trying to figure out how to match up with this team. And it's not about picking and choosing. It's just about looking at the team. Looking at the team. When the team rolls out a Anthony Edwards, a Steph Curry, a LeBron James, a Kevin Durant, when they roll out those kind of players, how are you defending that?
No, hold on.
What do you do? What schemes are you going to play zone? Good luck.
Wait, Fleet. You said so when they roll out Curry, Ant-Man, Kevin Durant.
I'm just
LeBron,
naming players. I'm naming guys that create matchup problems for that team. For that team. Michael Jordan can't guard everybody, OG. Scottie Pippen can't guard everybody. After that, who are your wing defenders? Who are your guys that you're going to defend? Who's guarding Kevin Durant? Scottie Pippen, but then who's guarding Anthony Edwards? But then what about Tatum? But then what about Durant? But then what about LeBron? But then what about Steph Curry? There's a lot of offensive power that I'm asking a question of. How are you stopping them? That's my question.
I think the Robinson and Ewing that center anchors a lot of that, bro. That like they're not gonna play this zone defense that y'all talking about. They don't have to play zone. We're talking about all-time defenders.
So they're gonna do what we always talk about. They're just gonna beat them up, right? They're just gonna beat them up, be physical.
You assuming stuff. See,
so answer the question.
I just told you it's Robinson and Ewing at the center at any given time. You bench Robinson, you put Ewing in the game. Now they can play regular defense, man to man, if they want. They're not just gonna smoke them one-on-one, bro. I don't see that happening.
So hold on, just real quick. Now, I'm not saying anybody can stop LeBron or KD, but Barkley and Clyde Drexler defensively is not no slouches. They just not gonna let just guys just run over them.
Nah, Barkley's a slouch. Barkley's a slouch.
Okay. Once
No,
again,
Barkley's a slouch.
Lord
bro.
have mercy.
I disagree.
No,
Lord have
please.
mercy.
No, that's the one.
Disagree.
Bro, I'm a big Barkley fan, bro. He was disgusting on defense at times, man. And
Lord have mercy.
but for me, the way you talked about Pippen is crazy. Pippen, Jordan, Clyde Drexler on the perimeter, with Ewing back there. I don't know if you put Bird at the 4, Carmelo at the 4.
People are jumping for joy because they locked up Tony Kukoc. People are going quick because they locked up Tony Kukoc. Like,
narrative.
come on, man. Y'all don't want to be honest. I'm telling you, the family, brothers y'all grew up with, they're not gonna disown y'all if y'all be honest. I promise y'all. They're not gonna disown y'all. It's gonna be okay. Y'all gonna be able to go back to the hood. It's fine. It is okay. This is crazy.
I haven't heard one good.
And I'm standing on it. Comments, y'all, I'm standing on it. Call it what you want.
And I'm gonna say this, Flea. This is something you still haven't answered. Steve Kerr struggles with all this. Draymond just called him out 2 minutes ago. Now all of a sudden they're gonna figure out they're gonna solve the dream team, but he can't solve how to start Jason Tatum. He can't solve his own player calling him out.
Bro, and that's what I mean. Narrative. You're talking about something that don't even matter when we're talking about matching up for one game. Like, what does that matter? This is the first time I've ever heard Olympic team talked about.
Untrue. We talked about this last year. Beloved was on here, and I smoked him with that because he was talking that same nonsense. I said, no, they play with the same rules, but what are you talking about? I gave him the same business. It doesn't matter who you have. You have 2 or 3 centers on the team. It's different. Your narrative is that. You still haven't answered that. How is Steve Kerr going? Steve Kerr doesn't show me anything. I'm going to just start Kevin Durant now. I'm going to start Jason. Where's the different lineup? They let LeBron run amok so much and run the team and the offense. Where's the different style at? I don't see it. The Dream Team was playing different styles, bro.
What were they doing different in 92? You so knowledgeable on this because you was there. So what was they doing so different? Tell me.
They ran
I'm listening.
Different lineups.
Tell me coming off what lineups? Because this dude is doing the same thing. What lineups they ran, Fabian?
He's not doing the same thing. He can't do the same thing. You have 2 different centers who could, again, anchor the defense, bro. I'm talking about basketball. No zone.
Yeah, you're talking in circles right now. You're not even making sense. I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time I've ever heard you say something. You're not making sense to what I'm not even. I can't understand what you're saying. How is it that he's not playing different styles when he's rolled out 4 different starting lineups? How is that not playing different styles when you have different kinds of players on the team? Help me understand what you're trying to say, because I don't.
Because LeBron is the middle thing to everything.
All right, I'm out, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Because this is narrative. This is not basketball. This is narrative. No, that's because LeBron. Bro, every team. Hold on. This is not just narrative. This is what LeBron does on everything. It's the same thing everybody pointed out. He goes, where the hell is Steph Curry at, bro? When you play alongside LeBron, you have to be a spot-up shooter. That's your offense. Stop telling me this ain't basketball. It's just narrative, bro, and I don't make no sense. That makes perfect sense. Larry Bird's basically a spot-up shooter for them, for the Dream Team. That's his role he would play. Yeah, he's washed. Magic wasn't Magic. You do not have to be a spot-up shooter just to play with LeBron. Y'all forget 08. Y'all forget 12. Right. Okay.
What about it? No. What about it? Please go further. Let's go, because it's a narrative for you. You say 08, 012 because this guy was on the team, LeBron, right? Who else was on the team? Who was the real leader?
Because there was no just straight spot up shooters that just made the difference, like you're saying. What are you talking about?
No. What I'm talking about is Kobe's on the team going LeBron. Now we ain't doing that. You're not doing that. There's somebody that check him.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Yeah.
So, Miami Heat, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Lakers, all these guys run the same exact offense with LeBron is out there, and now the Team USA 2024.
We didn't do this.
And it's all narrative, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course not. We're gonna ignore that because that's the way you are avoiding the real topic. You still haven't answered these basketball.
I'm not avoiding anything. You niggas in the comments are mad that I'm not reverse cowgirling on the 92 Dream Team, and I'm not gonna do it.
He ain't answering the question, AllBall. He ain't answering the question.
I'm not gonna do it.
All I'm gonna say is this: my only problem is all opinion based.
Because you're not asking a valid question. That's why I'm not answering your goofy question. You're not asking a valid question.
No. What's invalid about it? What's invalid about it? You brought up 08,
You're
02,
adding
and I proved
LeBron
you wrong.
James. We're talking about USA basketball, and because you don't like LeBron, oh LeBron, you're adding LeBron James as if that is something that changes something. It changes nothing. It hasn't changed anything. They won in 08, they won in 12, they won in 16, they won in 21, they won in 24. All different teams. Like, what are we talking about?
He ain't got the answers.
And you want to highlight this?
He ain't got the answers.
I've been being nice. I've been being nice.
Listen, don't you have to be
being nice.
You're closing that office. Listen,
I've been being nice because you got casuals in the comments thinking that they know what they're talking about now, and this is ridiculous. What are we talking about?
See, but again, you're feeding too much in the comments, and I'm talking to you, bro. I'm asking you a legit
I'm talking
question.
to you. I'm talking to you, Ray.
You can't possibly talk to me, Collins, because you still have yet to answer the question. Yeah, I took it there to the Caribbeans.
So now you want to play with me? Don't play.
Yo, look, he's laughing. Yo, boy, you know when people are angry and they start laughing. I just read that the other day. If someone's angry and they start laughing, stay away from them. That's what they said.
I got to get out of here, right? But all I'm gonna say is, Fleet made great points. Fabian, everybody made great points.
No, he didn't.
Fleet,
I made plenty of great points. I'm talking to a lot of cats that just lean into narratives, but that's okay.
My only problem is, and I respect what you said, Flea, in the game 7, you said it's definitely going 7 games. All I'm saying is the Dream Team has some of the most mentally toughest guys we've ever seen in sports. So all I'm saying is, to me, just off of that and with their skill set, I can agree with Draymond and other people saying that the Dream Team doesn't have a chance. They get smoked. That's my only problem. Now, who wins, who you like, I don't care about that. Your opinion is your opinion. But I cannot agree with, oh, nah, man, Braun and them washed them. Crazy? I'm taking them 7 days out the week. I can't agree with
before
that.
You run, before I run, I want to understand something. What makes you think the 92 Dream Team is more mentally tough? You said that a few times. I want to understand because I'd be curious to see the athletes from yesteryear played now with all of the different kinds of pressures that's on today's athlete, not even an NBA player, just today's athlete alone. I'm curious to understand what makes the athlete from yesterday more mentally tough than today's athlete.
So I'll just give you maybe a couple examples. So, just Barkley at one time saying, I'm never getting swept. I'm going to win me a game, whether he been swept or not. Jordan basically letting you know, bruh, I'm him. Ain't no games being played. Like I said, we've heard numerous stories of how it's don't play with him. So, for me, them guys like Larry Bird, who we know physically wasn't it, but, mentally tough as nails. I'm not saying that Team USA isn't tough, but some of them guys, they ain't got that mental toughness like them guys. I'm just sorry, they just don't. Maybe better skill, maybe more athletic, but there's guys that we've seen play the game, whether you played against them or watched them, where they may not have had the skill set, but they wasn't gonna never give up. Never give up, no matter what it is. And I just think the Dream Team had guys like that just mentally, they was ready for war when it came to the game of basketball. And I'm not
Tell me how this is not. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, OG. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not saying guys like KD and them is not mentally ready to go to war, but I don't think they ready to go as far as the other guys is ready to go deep in that water. I just don't.
John Pettit said today they're not getting hit coming off the screen either. Lord have mercy. Oh my God.
But see, hold on.
Do y'all watch basketball?
No. But hold on. It's different getting hit off the screen with Karl Malone, bro. And all Buck Williams, these guys. See what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just narrative. You can't just keep repeating that point either. You're going in a circle too, my brother. Like,
I'm not going in a circle. I'm saying that you talking like Karl Malone is the first guy to ever take care of his body in the NBA, and we've never seen a specimen like him ever again.
No,
Like, what are we
I'm not.
talking about?
I'm not saying that. But you
Getting
asked
through a
why.
screen for Tyrone Hill is hard. Getting through a screen for Nazir Muhammad is hard. Steven Adams is the best screen setter in the NBA right now. It is hard getting through a screen set by Steven Adams. Like, we gotta stop acting like basketball is not as.
I gotta
All
go.
right, all right, all right. OJ,
Flea, I think you can't. We can't ask this question and act like they're tough with it. Just not, bro. The old school era was tougher for many reasons. We can't. I just can't say Steven Adams is.
I got a
Steven
laundry
Adams.
list. I got a laundry list of guys that I could go through a laundry list of guys, but because we so in love with 90s basketball, 80s basketball, we don't want to appreciate what's going on today. All the comments is talking about soft. They're not tough enough. They don't do this. So then stop. So then stop watching. Then, like, what are we talking about?
Now, you know, I won't. But I think with this era, with the Dream Team versus them, that's the number one thing that is going to stand out. The toughness for all them teams back in the day, that has to be. They got the edge in that department. It just is what it is. Just like we have to give the edge to skills and everything to this era. Cool, but we know toughness and defense is what we want from our teams. The rebounders, yo, they're gonna out rebound this team by far. You can't just have LeBron and these guys, your guards, your perimeter players.
You see what I said? I said get through a screen set by Steven Adams. This goofy says we get dragged. Steven Adams would get dragged.
Right.
We're not talking about getting dragged.
First of all,
we're talking about
that's wrong.
Other strengths.
Hold on, Flea. Steven Adams could play in the. Steven Adams is a 90s, 80s player. We can't that's wrong. We can't pay mind to that comment.
But this is what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. That's along with how y'all were answering my questions.
Nah, but I'm not gonna say something like that. I'm not going with Steven Adams can play. That has nothing to do with the fact that you got one Steven Adams. You got a couple of these guys, bro. The whole league was filled with them. And you ask, how does this make him tougher, bro? They have to deal with that. The Pistons and all of them, like they had to deal with in the 90s. They were copycats of the Pistons. The toughness, the edge has to go to them. And again, unless I'm mistaken, the 92, that was my biggest thing with all this. Forget, because the offensive side, that's disrespectful to say they can just straight up guard them one-on-one. No, the Dream Team has the guys capable of shutting down any error without the zone in it. Because once you include zone and allow all that, that's going to be hard for Patrick Ewing and David Robinson. Don't get me wrong. But FIBA ain't doing all that. They're allowing these kind of players to dominate. That's their style of play. Or is that still narrative for you, Flea? Is Flea done? Please done with the conversation. Flea, you know you're still live while you're pulling up whatever you're doing over there?
I thought I muted him. Sorry.
No, I thought you were gonna talk. Yeah, that's my whole thing with that. In the 80s and 90s, and it's not just because of talent. I think talent-wise, it's kind of silly to argue talent. You're gonna have the best of any era be. If it's a dream team, it's the all-star game, that's the best of their era. And I like to respect every era for their rules. But there's a lot of players. There's certain players who can play in any era. Like they said, Steven Adams. Steven Adams can play in any era, bro. Right? But he's not David Robinson, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing and Karl Malone could play any era because they can shoot. Certain players can transition from different eras. But if FIBA is playing the old school way, that means the rules are leaning towards the other side. They're not helping out the Team USA 2024. It's not. The hand checking, all that. Who's hand checking team? The Dream Team. LeBron, he's hand checking. That's not their style of play. It's not built on toughness, man. Not to say they're not tough-minded either, because you got champions on the team. Curry, LeBron, Tatum now, Durant. You know, you got champions on the squad. But talent ain't it. It ain't all about talent and skills. It's also, we got the rules are in play. And if you got the guys who can exploit the rules of whatever rules you're playing with, I think that's a simple answer.
NBA back in the day made it so that everybody thought that they could play. You didn't have to have skills. You could just be a guy that beat everybody up, foul, run up and down, have a bad haircut, and have 7 different rounds in the draft and make it to the NBA. 7 rounds in the NBA draft back in the day. 3 rounds, 5 rounds. It's just y'all. If we really want to have a conversation about this, we could really start peeling back the layers. But there's a lot of reasons why the league was different back in the day. They had a lot of guys in the league who were just there, just to be there. They wasn't doing nothing special.
But Flea, I think it's a conversation we're always gonna have, because to me, once you start changing the rules of Michael Jordan, they changed the rules for Mike. Now you allowing all these other perimeter players, and you're allowing them to do whatever they want. They could travel. They could get away with, carrying the ball. Like, all that stuff matters, bro. I can't do nothing. It's way harder to play defense today than it was back in the day. It's way harder. But if you have the FIBA rules that are allowing you to play defense, now it's harder on you, and they're not really used to that. This era is not used to that kind of defense. It's not just intensity. It's you got the personnel with the Dream Team, and you have the rules that are favoring them. That's different. That's way different. That's what the prime example is. James Harden having a crazy season in 2016, whatever it was, and I'm like, all right, we're watching the playoffs because this guy almost got me going to stop watching basketball, and it's exactly what I thought it was. They're not going to call them travels for you. They're not going to call the fouls for you. And what happened? He struggled. He wasn't the James Harden that we thought he was. It's the same, not the same exact thing with his Dream Team, because these ain't no James Hardens. These guys got heart. LeBron came a long way with having heart and everything, but Draymond's out of his mind, bro. Draymond is a juggler. You do realize you're siding with Draymond.
I'm fine with that. I side on the side of right. I side on the side of right.
I will sacrifice myself today.
No, I'm gonna side on the side of right. I'm gonna side on the side of right. I'm sorry. 1,000%.
I understand you, Flea.
Nobody in the comments could get get through a screen that I set. The hell out of here. Everybody tough. I set a screen on Fabian. I set a screen on Fabian. He don't want to play no more. I'm playing with me.
You bugging. You bugging. You don't want to set a screen on me. I throw a crazy elbow. Remember, I'm 5'7". That elbow's going crazy. Going back to the bench like, oh, Fabian's he's a sneaky, dirty Dominican. Yep. Don't do that to me. You better do that pick where you covering your nutsack. You better do that kind of pick, because I'm going pow. Don't do that again.
That's not how you set a screen. That's not how you set a screen, but I know that's y'all. You
better do that. I'm saying it doesn't matter how you set the screen normally. I'm talking about with me. That's what you're gonna have to do. Do my push-ups, everything that week. Oh, Flea coming through with that dirty screens, no problem. Draymond, no problem. Draymond, pow. Watch this. Go drink that Gatorade now. Think about that twice. Watch the videotape. Yeah, we dirty. You're gonna just setting screens on me, ruining my left shoulder. You crazy? Just injuring me, Flea? That's what we doing? Okay. Like, I didn't play against dudes 6'2" like you. He's scared of you. Might dunk on me a little bit. It's cool. It's cool. All right, I'm rambling. I need to eat, man. Yo, man. Knicks Rehab, we started 2 o'clock. I think it's better for me, y'all. I don't want to use mental health as an excuse, but how about pure fatigue? I'd rather take a nap and have this energy for Flea, because I wouldn't have been ready at 8 in the morning. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think, Flea, I think Friday mornings, we could do the Knicks Rehab in the morning, do an AM joint, get a topic up there, get rolling, and maybe do something in the afternoon if we have time.
You know I'm ready whenever you are, brother. I will make myself available, because people rock with us, disagree, agree. Let's keep going. So whenever we can get to the people, let's get to them.
Listen, y'all. You know who that was. For some reason, they can't hear my drops, and I'm disgusted with you, StreamYard.
Oh, ball suckers.
It's going off right now. We live.
Big Flea, never the little one.
That's crazy, man.
Y'all know I love everybody in the comments. Y'all know I'm passionate about this, so I'll get a little spicy. Everybody,
but it's that's why it got a little crazy, but I just ignore it for the most part. But the regulars, Gregory Lee, John Pettit,
come on, guys, they regulars.
Yeah, but they're not coming with no. They had great points. They were talking basketball.
That's questionable, but okay.
Yo, Flea. I hope you rewatch this and realize who was doing all the Sammy Davis Jr. out here. Flea Davis Jr. was out here crazy, shucking it up, singing in the rain and all that. Yeah, yo, that's just a narrative. He tried to flip it on me, y'all. But I've been watching the game tape.
Come on, man.
You put the mirror right back at him. Yeah, Yeah, pat you ankle in defense. And David Robinson, balanced defense. That's all. They're playing man-to-man. How about that? No zone. No zone. We rock with you, Flea. It's just a discussion whether we agree or not. No more copping, please, y'all. We know who the regulars are. Flea's a
Copping.
nutcase.
I'm a
I'm a
nut.
nutcase. Not you, Flea. He's
Yeah.
saying we rock with you. It's just a discussion. That's
Of
what we
course.
do. We talk like this on the corner. We talk like this at the barbershop. This is how we talk. Now, when you guys go a little far, mentioning family members and all that, I couldn't pull a trigger fast enough. Somebody else got you up out of here. Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, they're going and never coming back.
Let's go, Flea. That's what I'm talking about. I know you had to be devil's advocate. That wasn't devil's advocate, Gregory Lee. That's how he really feels. See, there is entertainment to all this, and then the entertainment factor to being in front of a camera, in front of a microphone. Yeah, okay, of course. But that's why I said earlier, I wish I would have disagreed about the Julius Randle thing. I even countered with that, saying, you know, Randle being in imagine you watching Jalen Brunson, his whole family's in there. If he was really Randle from 3 years ago, that might have messed with his brain. Like, and then Flea broke that down. Like, I've been there before. That is crazy. So you have to bring the counter argument to make a conversation. That's when we start getting the devil's advocate side, Gregory Lee, because we really all agree that, like, yo, we believe in Randle. Look, Flea spoke from experience, and we still were like, yeah, but we seen enough from Randle since then. This guy's grown, man. He's grown up. We seen Kenya Moore sound like a doofus talking about him kissing his girl. He had to walk that back. I never seen that before. And then he thought about it. You heard me, Flea?
I hear you.
Hold on a second. I'll talk about that man's wife. What if he has a problem with me now? And we end up fighting, regardless of who wins. You started this like an idiot. Talking about that man's wife. You ain't never, Kenya, don't. Let me chill.
Kenya got me blocked, so you know I told you that already. He's another one.
He'll block me because I'll go crazy. Yeah, you could beat my ass and all that, Kenya, but you out here twitching and all that. At least he ain't doing that. He's tweaking. Cool. But you should know. You should know, Kenyon. Yeah. He's struggling with his emotions out there. It's a serious business. You never led a team before on a professional level. You had other guys do that. We heard Carmelo talk about that. Chauncey Billups had to come to Denver and regulate. Let's keep it 1,000.
That's a fact.
That's what happened. And even Flea, again, that's why I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Carmelo. He wasn't talking like that back then. Now he's saying like, yo, I wasn't really the leader. I can't front like I was a leader as a scorer, as a player. But once Billups got there, it was like, oh, okay, now you do this, you do that. And it was like you had to listen to him because he was a general. He had the accolades, he had everything. There was no, and who do I always bring up also? Dirk Nowitzki. I never thought he was a great leader. Then you add Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Sean Marion, all these guys who were dogs.
Deshaun Stevenson. Yeah,
Deshaun Stevenson was a nutcase.
A nut.
A nutcase. But what I'm saying is Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, Sean Marion, they still had a little left in the tank, but more importantly, mentally, they're bringing something to the game, that balance that regardless if you think, you know, Randle is mentally like Deshaun Stevenson, we got enough guys on here who just, they're leaders, bro. And we have leaders from top to bottom of the organization. Lee, what I told you the other day, I couldn't wait for this. I couldn't wait to have a team like this. I was just speaking on it like almost imaginary. To me, this is dreamlike. That's part of the reason when you said I'm a crazy Knicks fan. I don't know. You ain't speak to me 3 years ago, bro. You would have heard me going crazy on them. What is this? What are we doing? Randall's a third option at best. Barrett is a third option at best. What is this? Totally realistic. I wasn't in love with these people. we got love
with these people.
That's what it was. Now with Randle showing us he was Fleastradamus.
Look, yo, Gregory Lee going crazy.
You told Kenyon that you're going to get Kenyon's wife ripped. That. See? But I'm not doing that. You can't play with people's wives and all that, bro. People get. It's one rule I got, man. Men talk a lot, right? And my thing is, just for all the kids. I mean, everybody here is usually older in our crowd, but anybody who's younger get to listen to this. 90% of problems come from talking somebody's girl, or somebody who thinks that's their girl, and somebody else laughing at the message. 90% of them problems. Don't talk about nobody's girl, bro. Don't bring it up. I don't care what you had with her. I don't care what you know about her. I don't care what you think about that guy. Don't do it. You pushing the animal to a wall, bro. You putting her back against somebody's wall. Don't do it. I don't care how soft you think he is. Don't do. I don't care how real you think you are. Don't do it. It's beyond disrespectful, and history shows you might get popped. Leave that alone. And you saw Kenya Moore walk that back.
Stop crashing out over women. Stop crashing out over women.
But that's the reality, Flea. Like, all right, let's say me and you, we can live by that, but everybody else don't live by that. We're in the minority. It's just the reality. I ain't messing with nobody.
That's
Listen,
true.
I ain't talking about nobody's
That's true.
doing none of that, man.
That's true.
I ain't playing
That's
with
true.
y'all. You guys turn this into something else. And I'm not saying I'm tough, but I ain't no chump. But at the same time, I don't want to be involved with, whatever you doing, leave that behind closed doors, bro. That's how it's supposed to be. Because if not, you'll be Kenya Moore and walking stuff back. Tough guy. Flea.
My brother. I'll get with you later.
Talking about I'm only speaking on narrative. Smoked you.
You didn't. You doing all this right now because I'm not on screen, but it's okay.
I wish you were on screen.
I do. I know.
I wish I could play smoke right now. I stuck to the basketball. Defense.
You got busy.
Rules.
You got busy. Fine.
That's then he's trying to shake me though. He trying to get in my head. I figured Flea out, y'all. He tries to get in my head. You see what Fabian's doing? He's spinning the narrative again. Him and Dom tried that shit. Oh no, y'all just don't listen. So let me guess what? You're gonna try to make me feel stupid. No. I'm rambling now.
You smoke me. I'm out of here.
I did not. No, I want you to go back and watch this and see what points you made. What was the lineup? What is the 2024 Team USA lineup? And then you say, what is LeBron gonna do? But be LeBron and dominate and go, ha. And there's no Kobe there. That's when I knew I put Flea on his back pockets. I don't pause nothing.
I'm 42.
I brought in, because I saved it. Not yet. How dare you? I saved the ace up my sleeve. Because once I said, oh yeah, he brought up the 2012 Olympics. Walked right into my trap. Well, who was on that team? Who do they look up to? Who was coaching that team? I didn't even go there. Coach K wouldn't have let this thing go down like this. LeBron should be ashamed of himself. That's a young boy's game, crashing out over a lady. If she ain't your wife, daughter, niece, or mama, save it. I disagree, bro. The older I get, the more I realize all the old men try to act young too, and they think they're still young. They never matured. You got to deal with that. You got to be careful in this world and in this matrix, man. People are legit nuts. That's right. Leave the wife and the kids alone. Don't push no man to that point. For what? For what? You turn a punk into a savage. Don't do it. Leave that guy alone. You're a bully. Trying to bully somebody. He ain't want no parts of Randall either. We have guys who are playing their part and willing to go above and beyond. Yep. Yo, Gray, really, you're bugging with the reverse. Being a leader and best player, two different things, not always the same person. John, I always stress that. I've always stressed that. Patrick Ewing wasn't necessarily a great leader either. Yeah, Oakley was talking about him. Just saying. He was a leader, but we needed more. We needed X-Man. We needed Spreewell in that 94 team. Damn it. Peace. See y'all later. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.